Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. I was looking in my comment section and I saw a comment from one of my favorite subs, the one and only Ray Smith. You inspired many videos, sir. I just want to say that to you. But here we are with the reason for the season, which is, I'm gonna read it in a second, and I'm gonna build up to what brought me to where I am at today. I did a video recently about the lack of T'Challa and Aurora as a couple in comics, and it almost seems as if comicdom is systematically conspiring to keep Aurora and T'Challa apart, be that as it may. And then there was a bigger picture and a bigger discussion where I talked to several different people today, and they talked about how there is no premier Black couple in comics. You find tons of white couples. You can find tons of mixed couples. But a straight up Black couple, and I ain't talking about a supporting cast, I'm talking about winning in front and center, like Vision and the Scarlet Witch, Reed Richards and Susan Richards. I'm talking front and center like that. Now, before I get too far off into this, because you know it's going to be a contrast and comparison sort of thing eventually, so just stay tuned for that. But before we get to that, I need y'all to do what you always do for your mans and them. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share. All of this. Now, as I was saying about it not being a premier Black couple in Marvel Comics. Now, real quick, I want to come back and Photon issue number 1, which I reviewed along with Chillmonger. If you don't rock with Chillmonger, you need to subscribe to that man's page. There is a scene in here where Monica Rambeau is having a conversation with her dad. And her mom walks in. I'm going to get to this in a second. I promise I'm going to get to this in a second. But I need to, first, I'm going to read Mr. Ray Smith's, well, no, I'm not. Let's do this first. Okay, that right there is The Ultimates. The Ultimates was a comic that premiered in 2015, I want to say. And it featured these heroes doing phenomenal things. Featured in the center are one, Adam Brashear, aka Blue Marvel, and Monica Rambeau, aka many names, but most recently going by Photon. They were a thing for a little while in early to mid 2000s. And then we didn't hear about them for a while. And now, here's what was said in Photon issue number 1, which I will be reading from as you look at La Película therein. Mom walks in and she says, "Hi, Mama." And Dad says, "I think Monica has the burnout. They were talking about that on radio. All these young people have it these days." And then Mom says, "You know who you should talk to if you feel afflicted? The good Dr. Brashear." A hearken to their relationship, in which Monica responds, "You ain't slick, Mama. Adam is out of the picture. Okay. And dad responds, he was too old for my baby girl anyway. FYI, brief history lesson. Adam Brashear was born in the 1940s, late 30s, 40s, I want to say, and was an active superhero in the mid to late 50s. Now, the quantum energy, which courses through his body, also retards his aging process. So while he is over 80 years old, he doesn't look a day over 40, but he's too old for Monica Rambeau. Somebody needs to introduce Frank Rambeau. I mean, Frank and Marie Rambeau. Somebody needs to introduce Frank Rambeau to this woman right here. Who is she? Why, that is none other than Jane Foster. Jane Foster was a nurse who worked under one Dr. Donald Blake, who we all know as the shell for Thor Odin's son. Now, eventually, Thor and Jane Foster develop a romance. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, how pretty. Oh, how nice. When you take into consideration that Jane Foster is in her 20s and Thor is thousands of years old. That dynamic existed both in comics and on the silver screen. Thor, Love and Thunder, we got Jane Foster all rocked up and dressed out as the mighty Thor. Nobody said nothing. That she was, even in the comics where he's slightly younger, still dealing with a 1,500-year-old man. Nobody said nothing about that. Not a thing. Not a thing. Now, am I done? No. Looky there, Sharon Carter and Steve Rogers. Cinematically, he's carried on with both Sharon Carter and Sharon Carter's great grand aunt. Steve Rogers is a good 80 years older than Sharon Carter. Again, nobody said nothing. This dynamic is cinematic as well as comic. And even more so in the comics because they done bumped a couple times, more than once or twice. So nearly 100-year-old man getting it on with a 20-something. Nobody trips on that in the comics or in the movies, as long as it is someone who presents as young. So Thor presents as young, even though he's 1,500 something years old cinematically and even older in the comics. We accept Cap getting it on with somebody 80 years younger than him because Cap presents as young. Adam Brashear, on the other hand, got a little gray in his hair. So he doesn't necessarily present as young. Now, I realized that it was Monica Rambeau's parent, Frank, who said, he's too old for my baby anyway. but Eve Ewing wrote it. Now, while that is a dynamic that does exist in Black families, if my 24-year-old daughter brought home a 60-year-old man, yeah, I'd have a problem. I'd have a problem with it. I mean, they could do what they want to do. They're consenting adults. But me, D-Mill, would have a problem with that. You see what I'm saying? Seems inappropriate. Now, if she brought a 35, 40-year-old guy home and introduced him to me, I don't know. If he had his shit together, I probably wouldn't be overly concerned about it, you know. But 80 years old, 1,000 years old, that's too old. Matter of fact, Cap has carried on romances with several women. I mean, I'm not saying Cap shouldn't date. I'm not saying Cap shouldn't look for presentable women, but at the same time, why do we not say anything about that? Just Adam Brashear, Monica Rambeau, we can't have that. Because that's another Black power couple. We can't have Adam Brashear has one shot at the Hulk. He is arguably one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel universe. Monica Rambeau, she controls all forms of energy on the electromagnetic spectrum and can transform her body into said forms of light and energy. That is a very powerful being. Those two together, the powers that be may not want to see that. And somebody else said to me today, how come there are no Black couples in comics? I can name white couples until the cows come home, all the live long day. Misty Knight and Sam Wilson. Got another one? No, probably not. And then Misty Knight and Sam Wilson, oh, we'll take them all day. That's not a power couple. So that romance can be, that relationship can be, at least for now. Am I tripping, y'all? Am I seeing something that isn't there? You know, I mean, even though it's like, okay, you're gonna be writing Black Panther in June, but you're doing stuff like this. So it makes me raise an eyeball, Eve. You know, it takes 3 times of you seeing something for you to truly internalize it and understand it. You know, like a movie or a book or something. You like movies, if you have to see a movie at least 3 times before you internalize it. The first time you're seeing it for the video. The second time, you're seeing it for the words, what's being said. And the third time, you're putting everything together. And that helps you to better understand. I'm not saying go and see every movie you go out to the movies and see 3 times, or watch every movie you watch 3 times to get an understanding. But if you see John Wick 2 and you sit down and watch it, maybe your second time watching it, maybe you'll see some things that you didn't see before. Maybe you'll hear some things that you didn't hear before. And maybe when you watch it the third time you see it, ding, it'll click. I'm looking at Black couples in comics. People are asking me, where are Black couples in comics? Where are the Black power couples in comics? Where are the couples like Reed and Sue Richards? Where are the couples like Vision and the Scarlet Witch? Where are the couples like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage? Where are the couples like Matt Murdock and Electra Nachos? How come we don't see Black couples enduring? And trust me, Black people go through a lot of stuff. Black couples go through a lot of stuff, and they weather. Don't get it twisted. T'Challa and Aurora breaking up, that's a reason, but why does it have to be? Because just like writers and editors can make it a reason for them to break up, they can also make it a reason for them not to break up. They chose for them to break up or for them to break up permanently. Adam Brashear and Monica Rambeau, they didn't even get started. Too powerful. We can't have them. Why? Do you ever wonder why there's a lack of Black couples in comics? I have, and it bothers me. And if you are a Black person and you believe in Black love, it probably bothers you too. If you believe in Black solidarity, if you believe in the perpetuation of the Black relationship and the Black family, it probably bothers you. What are we gonna do about it, y'all? What can we do about it? You know what I'm saying? I personally have to say Marvel and DC have dug deep holes for themselves, and they're gonna have to do a lot of styling and profiling to get up out of it and make themselves not seem like racist a-holes. You don't want no Black couples in your comics. That's it. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.